Vanakkam. Now I am going to cover fraudulent activity that has taken place in a bank. So, before going to the subject, I want to say, as per the RBI guidelines, if any fraud is undetected during the course of audit, then the auditor is held personally responsible for the loss to the bank. So based on that, every chartered accountant who are all doing, whether they are doing statutory audit or content audit, revenue audit, stock audit, they have to be very, very careful. If they notice that there is a fraud, then they have to report. Otherwise, they will be a party to the fraud. This is the RBI guideline says. So you have to be very, very careful. So now I am going to analyze different kinds of frauds. So I am going to start with this fraud. So this is related to a matching deposit fraud. This I have found out in one of the statutory audits where I have gone for audit, and this is related to the subsidy account. In subsidy, there are two types of subsidy. One is front-end subsidy and back-end subsidy. So front-end subsidy means whenever subsidy is given to the bank, then the banker can give credit to the loaner. Back-end subsidy means it has to be adjusted only after the closure of the loan or as per the sanction letter of subsidy. There is a sanction letter of subsidy you have to ask. In that they would have mentioned that the subsidy can be adjusted only after 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. That is, there will be some locking period. So you have to ask for the subsidy sanction letter. In this case, this is a matching deposit. This I have noticed in this statutory audit. In that audit, I noticed that this is a TOTCO base, that is scheduled for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Government has formed a TOTCO department. So through that, they are helping the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. They are encouraging the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe to get loan from banks by way of giving some subsidy to the TOTCO borrower. This has to be routed through the bank. In this case, the government or TOTCO people, they would have set some target to the bank. So in my case, I notice normally whenever I go gone for audit, I used to verify the subsidy folio, subsidy register folio. So even if you are doing audit, you have to call for the subsidy register folio. In the subsidy register folio, whatever be the debit, you have to see where the credit goes and whether the debit is allowed as per the sanction letter of the subsidy. In my case, I have noticed some huge transaction in the subsidy register folio, and here in my case, when I scrutinized the documents, I came to know that this subsidy is being transferred to some 50 TOTCO customers account. Then I went further probe into the account. When I scrutinized the account, I came to know that this loan is being sanctioned by the branch manager due to target achieving. In order to meet the target achieving, they did this transaction. But what he suggested, he asked each and every TOTCO customer to open savings account. Then in that savings account, he asked each and every TOTCO people, TOTCO customers to remit 55,000 into the account. The loan amount is 1 lakh. So 50% subsidy will be there. So he asked the TOTCO customers to remit 55,000 into the SB account. Then those customers, those 50 customers, they have remitted the amount into the account. This is step 1. Then the manager said, only after receipt of subsidy, I will release the loan. Then he has given the provisional sanction to the TOTCO office. The TOTCO office has sanctioned subsidy to the bank. It's a back-end subsidy. and they have transferred the fund to the bank. So for all the 50 customers, the banker has received the subsidy. Then after receipt of subsidy, then after verifying the amount of 58,000 remitted into the account, the banker has released 1 lakh to the each borrower, and he has given the proceeds to the SB account of that party, because the quotations have been given, and the manager has received a letter saying that since they have already purchased the end use, that is product, then they requested the manager to give credit to the SB account as a reimbursement. The manager, he has transferred 1 lakh to the SB account. Then he has given DD. Then each and every ThoughtCo beneficiaries, they have realized that 1 lakh, they have taken the money back. After 10 days, the manager, what he did, he has transferred 51,000 rupees from the SB account to the loan account. And also he has closed subsidy deposit, and he has transferred that subsidy deposit into the loan account. Thereby the loan account is being closed. So then I noticed that it's a loan sanctioned during the year and closed during the year. So as an auditor, you have to see whether any loan is being sanctioned during there, and whether those loans have been closed. You have to probe into the transaction why these loans have been sanctioned, why these have been closed. So on further probing, I noticed that something is fishy. So one main minus mistake is the amount is being given credit to the SB account, because DD, here they have transferred the pay order to the SB account, and the borrower has taken the money back, and there is no asset creation evidence available at the file. Then when I asked the manager, he said, then sir, I have acted as per the instruction of the regional office. Then I contacted regional office manager, or regional manager. Then I explained these things. Then he said, sir, I am going to classify this as fraud because I suspect something fishy. Then since you are directed, I want to include your office also into the fraud. Then regional office team with some 5 officers, they came to the branch and they sat before me, and they explained everything. I never accepted that explanation and went further to classify those transactions as fraud. The reason is the amount is credited into the SB account. Second one is matching deposit of the margin money towards the loan, just equivalent to the loan, the bank has received the matching deposit. Then the subsidy, back-end subsidy is immediately adjusted to the loan account. Then loan account is now closed. That means the bank has colluded with the borrower to square the government funds. So this leads to a fraud. The total of entire almost 50 accounts have classified as fraud, and then the regional team said, sir, we want to regularize this. Then they suggested, sir, why don't you do MOC, Memorandum of Changes of Subsidy, and bring the subsidy back. Since it's a back-end subsidy, you have to take it back and you have to do it. Then I said, I am going to do it because I am going to classify all the 50 advances as fraud, and I am going to give MOC, but I have not transferred the, in MOC I have not transferred the fund transfer from SB account to the loan account, because the bank's funds have been secured. So this is the type of fraud. This I have found out in my experience. Then the result is the manager was suspended. Then later on I came to know that he was dismissed from service. So this is one type of fraud that has taken place in subsidy account. So when you are going for audit, you ensure that the subsidies have been properly adjusted to the loan account. the weakness in this system is the direct credit into the SB account, assets have not been credited, then matching deposits have been received, and the manager has not visited the place because he has safeguarded the funds. This is the one type of fraud that is taking place. So in the bank, so as an auditor, you have to be very, very careful. You have to see whether the subsidy has been properly adjusted or not. And my request is that every chartered accountant has to verify whether the loan is being sanctioned during the year and closed during the year. Normally we concentrate only on the outstanding balance. My suggestion is you have to verify the loans opened during the year and closed during the year. Then I also in the report I mentioned that as per the instruction given by the regional office orally, as explained by both the manager, because I have also received a letter from the manager saying that this I have done because of the oral instruction given by the regional office. So if you want to report a fraud, you have to create all evidence, you have to take all evidence, then only you have to give the report. This is a suggestion I want to give. So this is one type of fraud that has taken place in the subsidy by way of matching deposit. So you have to be careful while doing the audit, because as per the RBI instructions, if any fraud is undetected during the course of audit, then the auditor is personally held responsible for the loss to the bank. So my request, don't leave the audit just like that. Don't do the audit just like that. You have to concentrate on each and everything. And my area now, I want to concentrate on the subsidy register folio. All chartered accountants, they have to verify this, and this is one type of fraud I want to say. And with this, I am signing off from the presentation, and I wish you all the best. You have to be very, very careful while doing the audit. Nandri, Vanakkam.